Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, my name is Abdulkadir Sharif, and I'll be passing you through the math session. Last time we had a session on maths, which was hosted by Mr. Hassan Al-Jabri, the organization that is assisting us to host, also facilitates is MEWA, organization, so MEWA Education Board. So today, I'll be passing you through KCSE questions related to rates, ratio, proportions, and percentages. Okay, so wacha tuingie hiyo slide ingine. Sorry, my voice today is somehow weak, so I hope you'll understand me because of certain sickness. So kama vile mnavyoona kuna swali moja la KCSE hapa, nani kuhusu ratio. So the question says, three businessmen, Makoha, Jao and Odhiambo contributed a total amount of 120,000 shillings to start a business. The ratio of the contributions of Makoha and Jao was 2:3, and that of Jao to Odhiambo was 2:5. So how much did Odhiambo contribute? So wacha tutafute. So mwanzo tunajua kuna watu watatu, kuna Makoha, kuna Jao, kuna Odhiambo, inaandika in abbreviation. So Makoha, ratio to Njau ni 2:3, na Njau to Odhiambo ratio yake ni 2:5. So for you to find the ratio of Makoha to Njau to Odhiambo wote in total, mwanzo angalia yule ambaye ako similar kwa both ratios, and that is Njau. Yapatikana hapa juu na yapatikana hapa chini. So hii 2 tapeleka juu, I'll multiply by the ratio which is above, na hii 3 I'll multiply with the ratio which is down, which is times 3. So when I start to taking 2 times 2, ikichukua 2 times 2 nitapata 4. Ikichukua 2 times 3 nitapata 6. So Makoha hakuna 4, Njao hakuna 6. Sasa ile ya chini pia ikichukua 2 times 3 bado itanipa 6, kwa sababu ni ule Njao. So haina maana uandike 6 ingine tena. Na ukichukua 5 times 3 utapata 15. So the ratio of Makoha to Njau to Odhiambo ni 4:6:15. Tayari iko simplified. So baada hapo umeambiwa how much did Odhiambo contribute. So the ratio ajua ni 4:6:15, lakini wafaa ujue the total shares ama the total ratio. So wachukua 4 waad kwa 6 then waad kwa 15. Ukiadd hizi tatu, 4 plus 6 ni 10, 10 plus 15 ni 25. So tutafuta Odhiambo, na Odhiambo ako na ratio ya 15. So I'll take 15 over the total ratio ambayo ni 25, or the times na ile total amount ambayo ni 120,000. So ukichukua 120,000, so 15 out of 25 times 120,000 utapata, let's say divide by 5 ni 3, divide by 5 ni 5, divide by 5 ni 1, divide by 5 ni 2, 4, which is 2,000, 24,000, sorry. So times 3, answer yangu itanipa 72,000. So that's the answer for question 1. So for the other question, just to end up on the next question. Next question. Wacha tutafute hii. For the next question, kuna swali kuhusu rates. We have a question on rates. We have a question on rates. Okay. So the question says, water flows through a circular pipe of cross-section area 6.16 square centimeter at a uniform speed of 10 centimeter per second. At 6 a.m., water starts flowing through the pipe into an empty rectangular tank of base area 3 square meter. So for the question A, what's the depth of the water in the tank at 8:30 a.m.? So for the second question is saying water flows through a circular pipe of cross-section area 6.16 square centimeter at a uniform speed of 10 centimeter per second. So at 6 a.m., water starts flowing. Water starts flowing through the pipe into an empty rectangular tank of base area 3 square meter. So the question says, what's the depth of the water, or to be precise, what's the height of the water in the tank at 8:30 a.m. Okay. So first, we need to know the rates of volume. What's the rate of volume? So rate in volume, rate in volume, how do we find out? So take the 6.16 square centimeter, ndo utaka kujua yani volume ngapi yaingia kwenye tank at what rate hiyo volume yaingia. So times 10 centimeter per, let's say, per second. So nikiandika divide by second yamaanisha 2 per second. So equal to the rate. This is 6.16, so do not mistake it. Ona ni 61.6. So ni 6.16 times 10, in which answer utapata ni 61.6 centimeter cube. So square, centimeter square ukitimes na centimeter itakupa centimeter cube per second. Sawa. Haya. Sasa utaka kutafuta duration in which hiyo maji imeingia kwa hiyo tank. So the duration ama the time taken. So ilifunguliwa kuanzia saa 12, so mpaka saa 2:30. So you take 8:30 minus 6, right? 6 a.m. So the answer that you'll get will be 2 hours and 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So sasa hizi should be expressed in terms of seconds, because huwaona rate hapa ni per second. So hii 2 hours 30 minutes mwanzo na express in minutes. So for every 1 hour kuna 60 minutes. So 2 hours is just 2 times 60 ambao ni 120 minutes plus hiyo 30 minutes hapa. So itakuwa 150 minutes. Okay, 150 minutes. So 150 minutes. So hiyo 150 minutes, sasa hii tuabadilisha into second. For every 1 minute we have 60 seconds. So 150 times 60 utapata 9,000 seconds. 9,000 seconds. Sawa. Sasa tutatafuta yani volume ngapi imeingia in this 9,000 seconds. You know the rate, for every 1 second kuingia 61.6 cubic centimeter, right? 61.6 cubic centimeter. So what about your 9,000 seconds? How many cubic centimeter kuingia? Kuingia, how many cubic centimeter? This is when you any 9,000 seconds. So you take 9,000 times 61.6, 61.6. So equal to 61.6 is 9,000. Itakuwa 554,000. 54,000 what? 554,000 400 cubic centimeter. So but that's not the answer. Hiyo sijibu. So but you know that kuingia hii 554,400 cubic centimeter. So we haven't found out the depth of the water. We just found out the volume in which the tank is filled up. So the volume that the volume that is filled in the tank is 554,400 cubic centimeter. Now we need to find out the depth of the tank. Then how do you find out the depth of the tank? But first, let's change this one, 554,400 cubic centimeter into cubic meter. So we divide by 1 million. So because for every 1 cubic meter, we have 1 million cubic centimeter. So the answer that you'll get will be 0.5544 cubic meter. Okay. Now for you to get the depth, you'll take the volume divide by the area, or divide by the cross-section area, or the base area. Divide by the base area. So volume is 0.5544. And the reason why I changed it to cubic meter is because of this 3 square meter. The unit should be the same. So divide by 3. So divide by 3. You'll get 0.1848. 1848 what? Meters. That's the depth now. So if you want to change it into centimeter, just multiply by 100. So the answer can either be 0.1848 meter, or it can be 18.48 centimeter. So I think I'm understood till there. Okay. So that's for question A. Question A. So that's for question A. Let's go to the other question. So just remember it's 18.48 meters. That's for question A. Let's go to the other question. Okay. So for the other question, it says if the tank is 1.2 meter high and has a hole at the bottom through which water leaks at the rate of 11.6 cubic centimeter per second. So determine the time at which the tank will be filled up. So remember, the tank used to fill at 61.6 cubic centimeter per second, right? And now in this question, it says that it also leaks. So if you want to find the volume, the real rate in which it fills the tank, you take the rate in which it enters minus the rate in which it gets out or leaks. So if I subtract from this, 61.16 minus 11.6, I'll get 50 cubic centimeter per second. So this is the rate, the read rate. The read rate, or the rate after it leaks. So let's continue. So you've been told the tank is 1.2 meter high. It's 1.2 meter high. Remember, the base area doesn't change. So we need to find out the volume for this. So you take volume, you take base area times your height or your depth. Your height or your depth. So I'm taking 1.2 times the base area, which is still 3 square meters. Okay, so 1.2 meters and 3 meters. If you multiply them, you get 3.6 cubic meter. So now let's convert this into cubic centimeter, because our rate is in terms of cubic centimeter. So times 1 million. So times 1 million, you'll get 3,600,000. 600,000 cubic centimeter. So after that, after getting that, I divide. So you ask yourself, in 1 second, you fill. So in 1 second, you fill 50 cubic centimeter. So you ask yourself, for about 3,600,000. Okay, cubic centimeter. So what you do, you cross multiply. Obviously, at the end of the day, you'll be taking 3,600,000 divided by 50 cubic centimeter. Tachukua hiyo 3,600,000 divided by 50 cubic centimeter. So ukichukua 3,600,000 divided by 50, itakupa 72,000 seconds. So itakupa 72,000 seconds. So hapo utaandika 72,000 seconds. So this is the duration, it's not the time. So it means that it will take 72,000 seconds for this tank to be filled. Right. Nakumbuka umeanza kufungua saa ngapi? Umeanza kufungua 6 a.m. 6 a.m. So let's first convert 72,000 into hours. So I'll take 72,000 seconds. For every 1 hour, we're gonna 3,600 seconds. Ukidivide na 3,600 seconds, itanipa hii zero zote zitoe. At least ukichukua 720 divided by 30, that 6 itakupa 20 hours. So baada ya masaa 20, hiyo tanki ndo itakuwa imejaa. So ianze saa ngapi? Ianze saa 12 plus 20 hours. So you'll find out plus 20 hours, it will be equivalent to itakuwa 26. So tayari ishapita hiyo 24-hour mark. So we are in the next day. So because if we take 26, we subtract na hiyo 24 hours, itakupa answer 2 a.m. But now this 2 a.m. is the next day. So 2 a.m. next day. If you just write 2 a.m. also, yeah, iko sawa, haina shida. 2 a.m. the next day. So this is your answer. So let's go to the next question. So the next question says, you have three partners, Amina, Bosire, and Karuri, contributed a total of 4,800,000. The ratio of 4:5:7 to buy an 8 hectares of piece of land. The partners set aside a quarter of the land for social amenities and subdivided the rest into 15 meter by 25 meter. So this type of question is very easy. So for question A, find Roman 1, the amount of money contributed by Karuri. So let's find out the total ratio. So the total ratio of their contribution is 4 plus 5. As you see, 4:5:7. So it's 4 plus 5 plus 7. So the total ratio is 16. Okay. Just make sure you know that. So the amount of money contributed by Karuri is very easy. Karuri has a share of 7. So it'll take 7 over the total. Take 7 over the total, which is 16. You'll multiply by 4,800,000. So 7 over 16 times 7 over 16 times 4,800,000. You'll get 2,100,000 shillings. So I think that question is, we've done it. So for the other question, it says the number of plots that were obtained. The number of plots that were obtained. Right. Also, this one is an easy question. Not that hard. So how do you find out the number of plots? First of all, find the area. Your area of just one plot is 15 meters by 25. Okay. So that's the area of just one plot. So it's equivalent to 15 by 25 is just 375 cubic meter. But now, since we're dealing with hectares, so let's change this cubic meter into hectares. So 1 cubic meter, 375 square meters area is in terms of square meters. So let's change the square meter into hectares. And 1 hectare is equivalent to 10,000 square meters. So if we divide by 10,000, so it gets 0.0375 hectares. Now let's now find the piece of land that was used that was divided into plots. So it says here is they set aside a quarter for social amenities. So and the remaining is 3/4. So a quarter was used for social amenities. The remainder is 4/5 minus a quarter, which is 3/4. It was used for making plots. So 3/4 times 3/4 times the total piece of land, which is 8 hectares, you'll get 6 hectares. So these 6 hectares are now subdivided into 15 meter by 25 meter. So I'll take 6 hectares. If I want to find out the total number of plots, I take 6 hectares, divide by the hectares for one plot, which is 0.0365 to 0.30375 hectares. And the answer that I'll get is 160 plots. 160 plots. So unaona swali yenyewe si ngumu. So for question B, the partners sold the plots at 50,000 shillings each and spent 30% of the profit realized to pay for administrative costs. So they shared the rest of their profit in the ratio of their contributions. So simple. It's a simple question also. So let's find out the profit realized. So he took 50,000. So and the number of plots was what do you call it? Was 160 plots. So if I take 50,000 times 160, I'll get 8 million. I'll get 8 million. But is that the profit? No, it's not the profit. Remember they contributed, not the profit. So just like I said, sorry, this is your profit, but this is not the profit realized. There's a profit realized, and there's just the total profit, and there's a gross profit. Kuna baadhi ya profit ilitumika, so 30% was used for administrative cost. So yamaanisha ile 30%, ile 70% iliyobakia ndo ilikuwa realized, ilitumiwa na hao contributors or the partners. So I'll find 70% of 8 million. So I'll take 0.7 because 70% is just 0.7. So times 8 million. So 8 million. So 70% of 8 million is around 70% of 8 million. 8 million is 5,600,000 shillings. 600,000 shillings. So that's the profit which was realized. Now, find the difference in the amount of profit earned by Amina and Bosiri, which is also very easy. So you have to find the profit that was taken by Amina and also the profit that was taken by Bosiri. So Amina and Bosiri. But let's ask ourselves, do you know the ratio of their contributions? Do you really know the ratio of their contributions? Because that's the ratio of the contribution determines uh, the profits. So 4:5 is to 7. So Amina having 4 and Bosire having 5. So Amina having 4, so I'll take 4 out of 16, okay, times the 5,600,000. And Bosire having 5, I'll take 5 out of 16, so times 5,600,000. So 5 over 16 and 4 over 16 times 5,600,000. So 4 over 16 times 5,600,000 will give me 1 million. 1,400,000. Hapa milioni moja na laki nne gives me 1,400,000. And 5 over 16 times 5,600,000 will give me 1,750,000. So we find the difference. So we subtract So we take 1,750,000. Okay. We subtract with 1,400,000. So 1,400,000. So what's the answer? The answer is simple. What's the answer? 350,000. So that's the difference in the amounts. So in your shillings. So we have another question, which is KCSE also. KCSE 2018, paper 1, number 23. So 3 business partners, Bila, Buire, and Churchill contributed 1,200,000, 1,800,000, 240,000 respectively to boost their businesses. They agreed to put 20% of the profit accrued back into the business and to use 35% of the profits for running the business or for official operations. So the remainder was to be shared among the business partners in the ratio of their contribution. So at the end of the year, gross profit of 225,000 shillings was realized. So the profit was 225,000 shillings. So for question A, calculate the amount, Roman 1, put back into the business, Roman 2, use for official operations. So it's very easy. So 20% of the net profit was put back into the business. So you take 20% times 225,000. So 20% of 225,000 is how much? Is 45,000. 45,000. For the other question, used for official operations. So 20% was put back into business and the 35% was used for official operations. So I'll take 35 out of 100 times the same amount, which is 225,000, because that's the profit. So 35% of 225,000 is 78,750. Easy question. So for question B, we've been told calculate the amount of profit each partner got. But for that, we need to find out the ratio, okay? The ratio of their contributions. So how do we find out the ratio for the contribution? So we look at the amount of look at the amounts of contribution. So as you see here, you have 180, 240, and 120. So if I find out the ratio, so 120,000 is to 180,000, 180,000, and 240,000. So let's say if I remove all the zeros, the 4 zeros here, 4 zeros here, and the 4 zeros here, I remain with 12, is to 18, is to 24. So if I simplify further, by simplifying with 6, divide by 6 all throughout, so I'll get to so 3 is to 4. So ni rahisi. So answer yako ya ratio mwanzo ni 2 is to 3 is to 4. So remember, our ratio is 2 is to 3 is to 4. And who are this? I think it's who are these guys? Abila, Buire, and Churchill. So 2, it's Abila. 3 is Buire, and 4 is Churchill. But now we have to find the amounts that was that was shared between the partners, right? We said 20% was put into the business. The other 35% was used for official operations. So in total, you'll get 55%. So the remainder, which is 100 minus 55, which is the remainder, this one will be used to share. So itagawanywa baina hao partners. So 100 minus 55 is 45%. So the profit that was shared, is 45 over 100 times the net profits, which is 225. Let's not forget that one. This is how 225,000. 25,000. So 45% of 225,000. Remember, tuko na 100 minus 55 tutapata 45. Tukachukua hiyo 45% tukamultiply na 225. So what's this 45% of 225,000? Is 101,250. So this one was shared between the 3. So Abila alichukua 2 out of the total, and the total is 2 plus 3 plus 4 ni 9. So 2 out of 9 times 101,000, 101,250. And the other one, alichukua 3 out of 9 times 101,250. And the other one was Churchill, alichukua the remaining portion, which is 4 out of 9 times 101,250. So this is Guire, and this is Churchill. So what's 2 over 9 times 101,250? 22,000. 22,500. So what's 3 over 9? 3 over 9 times 101,250 is 33,750. And what's 4 over 9? 4 over 9 times 101,250 is 45,000 shillings. So how what is the amount? Okay. So 22,500, 33,750, and 45,000 shillings. So you have to write the shillings part, sorry. Okay. So for the last question, you've been told if the amount put back into the business was added to individual's share proportionally to the initial contribution. So find the amount of Churchill's new shares. So very easy. So first, the amount that was put back into the business, we calculated it was 25% of 25%, 20% of 225,000, which we got it to be 45,000 shillings. Okay, so this was the amount that was put back into the business. But now, this amount was shared. Yani, ni kama kusema hii 45,000 kuna portion imeenda kwa Churchill, kuna portion imeenda kwa Bila, kuna portion imeenda kwa Bwire. Sasa ile portion pia it will be determined by the ratio in which Churchill akuna ratio ya 4/9. So atachukua 4/9 of hiyo 45,000 in which atapata 20,000. So this one was put back into his capital as well. Lakini kumbuka alikuwa na capital yake na kitambo. So aliweka 240,000. From the question itself, ukiona aliweka 240,000. Ukiona tu hapa 240,000. So if you add 20,000 to 240,000, about 260,000 shillings. So that's the answer. For the last question is about proportions. So as you see in this question, 24 men, each working 10 hours a day, take 4 days to complete a piece of work. So how many days will it take? 15 minutes. Each working 8 hours a day to complete the same piece of work. So let's say we have days here and we have hours. So we have 24 men using 4 days. So taking 4 days, we're using 10 hours a day. And we have 15 men. They don't know the amount of days. We asked how many days, but usually they're taking 8 hours. Okay. So for this type of question, you look at the question mark. Above the question mark, we have 4. So the first thing you have to start with, you just write 4 because you write 4 times. Now, let's say this hours, you just hide the hours. Let's assume if you hide the hours, it just remain with men and days, right? Just observe these two. So you ask yourself, you assume also they're taking just 1 hour. If you're hiding, then just assume that 24 men are taking 1 hour to accomplish 4 days job. So how about 15 men who are also taking just 1 hour? How many days will they accomplish? Will they take to accomplish it? So will they take more days? Will they take more days, or will they take less days? Remember, it's 15 men. So if it's less, then usually it will take more men. So you'll write the one which has the highest number, which is 24. So divide by the smallest, because if the number of men decreases, then you'll take more days. If it's many, then obviously your job will be easy. Therefore, just take less days times. You finish with the men, right? So you hide the men now. You ask yourself, what if we have one? It means 1 man, 1 man. So if what happens if a man can take 4 days to accomplish a 10 hours job? So how about the same man? If he takes 8 hours a day, will he take more days or will he take less days? If he usually uses less hours in a day, then it means that it requires more days to accomplish the job. But if he had more hours, then he just take less days. But for now, this question requires us to find out more days. So usually take the more, which is 10, divided by 8. So if I take 4 times 24 over 50 times 10 out of 8, so divide by 8, 1, divide by 8, 3, divide by 5, 3, divide by 5, 2, divide by 3, 1, divide by 3, 1. So I'll just remain with 4 times 2, which is 8 days. Therefore, I'm concluding my session today, and I hope through this session, you've quite understood how to solve questions related to rates, ratio, and proportions, and also percentages. So thank you a lot. I'll also thank the Mayo Education Committee for giving me this opportunity. And just like Mr. Hassan said in his last session, Mayo usually has a library there. So if you have time, just come. Just come and take a peek. If it's possible, take a seat there, read your notes, do your workings. Yeah, so it's full of books. So remember, العلم بحر. So education is just a sea. It's just a sea. So therefore, you have to study hard to acquire more knowledge. So just take this opportunity to say thank you a lot for you viewing this video, and shukran. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.